Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the new camera which I've got. And this camera is the Panasonic TZ57 and it's the Lumix one. And so today I'm going to be doing an unboxing for you and give a bit of a general review of it. So as you can see here, this box has a bit of information about the spec on the outside and gives you a picture to show the basic kind of idea of what the camera looks like. So when you unbox it, you've obviously got a nice lot of paperwork and things, some warranties and various other different bits, and then you have the camera all bubble wrapped. As you open up one compartment, you have the plug, which is that one there, and you've also got the wire to attach your cable to the plug and then go into the mains. Also within this box you also have a little handle strip, which is that one there, which I'm guessing you can just attach onto the side of your camera, so that this should prevent you from dropping it or anything else which could possibly go wrong. So here we've got, like I said, we've got the box, and as you can see from the outside here, it has a 20 optical zoom and a 40 times intelligent zoom. Now the actual screen, as it says, is 3 inches across. It's not a touchscreen one, but it does have Wi-Fi, so that's pretty good for taking your pictures across from your camera and onto your phone or onto your computer without actually having to plug it in, which is quite good because I'm all the time forgetting my wires to actually plug it in. So it does say there it is full HD when recording, and it is 16 megapixels. It's also got this feature here which has a 180 degree tiltable screen, which I'll show you in just a minute. So like I say, you've got your little wrist strap there. Now when looking through this paperwork, you have the warranty, which you get with most kind of cameras and electrical products, your general kind of certificate of safety, and you also have somewhere where you can register your product on the Panasonic website. Now when I actually bought this camera, it was £159 from Curry's in Barnstable, but I also get £20 cashback, so I'll also have to register for that. So that's quite a good price for a camera of this spec. So when you open up the manual like this, you also have these QR codes down here, so you can actually go on and have a look at the operating manual and instructions online, which is quite good. You have a bit of safety waffle, and then when opening it you have some various other different cautions of use and things which you should bear in mind, and then it goes on to list all the different parts of your camera, which I'll explain in just a second. So when you open it up here, this is what I was talking about the tiltable screen, which I'll also again show you in a moment. It's got some various different bits of information teaching you how to use it, and it talks about some of the different screens that you can use, scenes that you can use. Other than that, it's a fairly basic kind of leaflet. There isn't really much to it other than basically how to use the camera and sort of just the basic kind of idea of the different functions and different things you can do with it. So on the back here you will notice that it does teach you how to use the Wi-Fi feature, so it's quite self-explanatory in that way. And over here it just tells you some basic kind of information about how to transfer your images onto the PC if you don't want to use the Wi-Fi option, and just some various other different things about how to set up a connection between your camera and your PC. So other than that, I don't think there's much else that is actually interesting in this leaflet for you. There's a bit more about the specification there, but obviously not a lot other than what I've actually told you. It tells you some various different things, like it's got an image stabilizer, but then again most cameras do have an image stabilizer now. So yeah, I'll get on to showing you the actual camera. So the camera comes very well packaged, as you can see. You have first of all bubble wrap layer, then you have a plastic bag, and then you have another plastic bag. So this is the actual camera itself, which I will hopefully be using to record future videos and also take a lot of pictures, which will be uploaded onto my Instagram account, which you can go and follow us. Our link for that will be in the description below. Excuse me, my voice is gradually going. So on the front here it's got this, I don't know whether you can see it or not, it's quite a textured kind of front, so it's also quite good for taking photos as far as the grip goes. You're less likely to drop your actual camera. When you turn it over, you've obviously got your screen protector on here, and on the top you have your on-off button, your Wi-Fi button, your general take the picture, zoom in and out functions, and some various other functions here on the side. It's a fairly basic kind of point and shoot kind of camera, but there are some settings which you can use. You've got some different aperture settings, You've also got 2 custom settings, so if you find some particular functions which you do like using together, you can obviously then make your actual setup how you want it to be. So when you look at the front here, you've obviously got your speaker there and your button which you press to record there. Here you've got your menu. You can view your photos here and change your exposure here. You've also got how to change your display and your back button here. And you've also got a macro setting here, as well as a self timer and flash button. So those will all be very useful to you when actually using the camera. When you turn it upside down, you'll see that you've also got the little screw piece there, which you can use for putting it onto your tripod. And here is where you access the battery and SD card functions. So it's got a rechargeable battery, which is that one there, and it has an SD card. This didn't actually come with it, I've popped this one in myself. But you can pop that one there in like that, and then you're all good to go. On the side here, you've got where you plug in your wire, which I'll show you in just a moment. So you've got those ones there, so they're fairly standard kind of connections there, there's nothing really that special. This here is the tilting screen which I was talking to you about. If you tilt it up like that, you can then take a picture of yourself or video yourself, so that would be quite useful when actually videoing YouTube videos for you guys. Obviously, if you do have this out, you're going to have to bear in mind that obviously if you drop it, now it's going to be a lot more sort of precarious than if you had a fully solid camera, because obviously that will be a weak point, and so you're more likely to break a camera like this than you would be a normal standard camera like the one I'm recording with. So that's going to have to be something which I watch out for. Again, on the front you've got your general flash settings, and I'll just turn on the camera here so you can see some of the different functions and user manuals. So first of all, when it comes up, you can set your date and time along the bottom here. And when you click on the menu button, it will display something a bit like this, where you've got your setup, Wi-Fi options and recording options. So if you go into your recording options, you can see that you can change your picture size, your burst shooting, you can put on de-blur or not. When you have the handheld night shot, it will actually take several different photos and combine them into one to make sure you get a high quality image. Again, you've got the IHDR and also the self-shot mode, so those are all kind of fairly basic functions. You've then got the motion picture, which just tells you what kind of quality you want your video in. Over here you have your general kind of setup as far as the clock time, world time goes. Obviously, because it does have Wi-Fi on it, it has an airplane mode, so if you want to go on an airplane, you've obviously got your Wi-Fi disabled then. You can change your general beep and squeak kind of motion and your language, which is all set up there, and you can access the online manual if you do need any more help with it. So over here you have your Wi-Fi option, and it'll just turn on to your Wi-Fi and connect to whatever connection is available. So you can set up a new connection here, or you can go down into your Wi-Fi setup and choose to connect it to your PC, a device, set up a Wi-Fi password or a network address. So you've got some general kind of settings there. But what you can do, and I find is quite good, is it automatically will back up your photos on your laptop for you if you do an automatic connection. And so then if you are out and about, you can actually delete some of your photos if you find your memory card is full, without having to think, oh god, I'm going to actually lose the photo. You'll actually have it backed up already. And so you can then just carry on taking photos as though you've put them onto your camera, onto your laptop, sorry, and then actually delete them off. So that there is quite a good function for people like me who are always forgetting to bring a new memory card with them. So then when you turn it off, you just have the Lumix screen and it goes black like that. So moving on to the actual plug and wire, these are both fairly basic kind of things. You've got the standard UK plug, which is like that. And up here you have the USB port. And when you look inside, oh hello, got another bag there, don't even know what that bag was for. When you look inside here, you have this little cable like this, and of course you have one of these annoying ties which they decide to put on every electrical product everywhere. Right, so when you open it, you have a USB cable here which will attach into your plug, and then this little cable here which will attach into your camera. So another good function about this is that you can actually charge your camera without taking the battery out of it, which is quite useful for people like me who are then always forgetting to actually put the battery back in. And so then when I go out and about, I generally find I have a memory card and I've forgotten my battery. And of course, because it's not an AA battery camera, you then obviously can't put in AA batteries, and so you are then stuck with a camera that does not work. But yeah, so that was my initial review of this camera. Obviously I haven't actually tested it out very much yet, so I can't really tell you much about it in the way that it works and the photo quality that it produces, but going by the spec it should be a fairly good camera. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll probably do an update video later on when I know a bit more about the camera and I've tried working out the different settings and things. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you go down there and hit the like button, and hopefully I'll see you in another video sometime soon.